G'day, it's Pete here and we're back for day 3 of the World Bridge Games over in Buenos Aires. The weather here's taken a little bit of a turn the last couple of days. It's been a bit raining, but it hasn't dampened our spirits. Here's a photo from the playing area. This is Nabil Edgerton and Liam Milne. And then we've also got a photo of just sort of the general area just outside of the playing area. But let's jump in and take a look. So in the morning, we played against France. France got the better of us, but there was a pretty interesting hand. So here, both tables got to game. One table got to 4 spades, and the other table got to 4 hearts. So we'll jump in and look at the 4 spades first. So here went a club pass a spade transfer, no 4-card major. East doubled. West bid hearts. They then bid 3 clubs forcing. West showed spades, and then they got to 4 spades. Now, 4 spades seems to have better chances than 4 hearts, but requires accurate defense here. So here they started with the king of clubs. And if you just lazily played like king of clubs, queen of clubs, club, basically the diamonds go on West's hearts afterwards. What actually needs to happen is you need to lead a diamond through, and Nabil at trick 2 straight away leads a diamond, and this contract's dead in the water unless South doesn't cash out correctly in the ending. So ace of spades, king of spades, they start running the hearts to see if they can get there. Low club over to the partner so that partner can lead through a diamond in case West's shape wasn't good, so that they can get an extra trick here. Diamond through, they win. West has no more tricks, but 9 tricks and we beat the game. The other table, here South opened a mini no trump, went pass, and here with the East hand, you've got a 20 count. Struggled to count there for a second. And it just went double, and partner bids 2 hearts, and it gives East an awkward problem. But Peter Kill just chose to bid 4 hearts here. Partner's likely to have 5 hearts, hopefully had some cards, but it's all in all a bit tricky. Now, 4 hearts looks pretty tricky to make. You got 2 club losers, you've got a diamond loser, you got a spade loser. It's not apparent where it's going to go. Anyway, Charlie here got the king of clubs lead against him. And they played another club over to the ace, which he lost, and then a club back that he trumped in with hearts. Now, at this stage, with the 1 no trump bid, he's pretty aware that the king of diamonds rates to fail. So what he does is he cashes 2 hearts here and leaves the 3rd heart out. And he now plays a spade over to the ace. And now what his overall plan here is to play the king of spades, and then another spade, and South would win. And after this, if they give a rough and discard, the diamond goes away. If they let a diamond, they're in trouble. Now, if the defense is accurate, they can still beat it from here by trumping in and leading a diamond. But this is the best bet that Charlie's actually got at this stage. But he goes along with this plan. He cashes the ace of spades. There's still a trump out. But South tries to stop the end play, hopes that their partner's got jack 3rd spade, because he doesn't know about the spade given the bidding, unblocks the queen, and now they can draw the trump and play a spade over, and they're all good. Tries the diamond finesse just in case, but 10 tricks and a game swing. Unfortunately, here France went on to have a convincing win. But taking a look at this, France had a big win over Australia. Poland had a good win over Switzerland. Korea had a big win over Denmark. China had a big win over Hungary. Norway had a big win over Turkey. Kuwait drew Brazil, which was their first draw. Great result for them. And then India had an upset beating Finland. So there was lots of interesting matches in this round here. All of them were very, very interesting. In the A side, here, South Africa had a big win over Pakistan, and Sweden had a big win over Hong Kong, and Netherlands had a big win over Guadeloupe. So yeah, that was after round 7. Let's jump into round 8. So in round number 8, the second of the day, a couple of interesting boards from the Australia versus Italy match. Italy did go on to win this one, but a couple of really interesting ones, and one that I'm actually struggling to analyze. That one comes up next. So here, this one went 1 heart, favorable, aggressive opening, just a 10 count, 2 diamond overcall, 3 diamonds, good raise. They doubled, 3 hearts past 4 hearts. And 4 hearts has some reasonable play. You're missing king, queen of hearts. Maybe you can double finesse them. If the clubs come in, you might be able to lose 1 spade, 1 heart, 1 diamond. Clubs aren't onside, so club lead. Milne went up with the ace, and then king of diamonds roughed, and then just gave up the club. And the opponents have to do something at this stage. They went in for the spades. The spade king's in the wrong side. Just gives up a spade, and they have to get off the board here. And gets rid of his diamond and went down. So at the other board here, Nabil and Tony managed to bid to 4 spades the other way. So here it went past 1 diamond. They overcalled 2 clubs, double, redouble, 2 spades, 3 clubs, 3 spades past 4 spades. Now I want you to take special note of that North is a passed hand as dealer. So here, so the crux of this hand is that Nabil largely has to guess the diamond position. Is the king of diamonds singleton or not, or should they finesse? So here, they led the ace of clubs, and at this stage, they threw the queen of clubs. Now, we're thinking that this might be suit preference, and if Picario can work out that his partner has the ace of hearts, he can actually switch to the king of diamonds to guarantee to beat the contract. Whereas if you don't do that, your king can always get dropped. Now, it is a really hard play because the king looks like it's going to be a trick anyway. But if you're worried that your king's going to get dropped because you think that they can count out the points, then switching to the king is reasonable if this queen of clubs was suit preference. Big if there. Now, a heart switch, and now Donati couldn't read the heart position and ducked it. This really simplified the hand, so it went king of clubs, pitching a heart. Yeah, I think that Nabil was always going to get this hand right after the heart shift anyway, because North is a passed hand. You've seen the queen jack of clubs. You can probably read where the eight, like you know where the ace is, but maybe the jack of hearts as well because of the heart play here. And then you have to pick up the spades for 1 loser. So that means you need to play North for the queen of spades. So if you're giving them queen, ace, queen, jack, then that's already 9 points. So they can't have the king of diamonds. So even if they won the ace, I reckon that they probably would have dropped the king of diamonds if that North won the ace, shifted to a diamond. Possibly the toughest defense that they could do. But the next board, really tricky to analyze this one. So here, both tables got to 4 spades, slightly different options. Here, East bid 1 diamond, 2 diamonds. Here, East opened a diamond and then made a support double. So here, this first table, it went heart lead, and Liam won the ace and led a club straight away, which went to the ace. And now a heart back, and he won and gets to throw a diamond away. He already knows the diamonds are 6-0. And this one's sort of an exercise of counting shape, but there's a lot of work to do on this hand. So he proceeded to play a heart and actually just throw a diamond away, knowing that West can't actually play a diamond. Now here, West gets in and plays a spade, which cuts down on his cross-ruffing ability. And now when he plays a diamond, they rough in and then play another trump, and here's a trick short. At the other table, here, it went heart lead, and they already know that the hearts are 5-3, but they've got no knowledge of the diamond position here. So they just cashed ace king and ditched a diamond here and just led a club which ran around to the ace. And now at this stage, they continue hearts. And we're discussing, does playing a spade pose to Clara the biggest problem? Like, should Nabil win and just shift to a spade? It's really not clear what to do. So he continued a heart, and this gets roughed. And Declare's position is far from clear what they should do. They play the queen of clubs here, and they ruff with the 10 of spades. And what they're doing here is setting it up so that maybe later in the hand, they can play the 5 to the 9 if needed. So here they win the 10 of spades and play a diamond up, which they play to the king. They see West show out, and Nabil wins the ace. Now, here, there's no good defense. I was thinking that, like, let's say that you cash the queen of diamonds and maybe the jack and they ruff, or maybe queen of diamonds and exit a club. What they're eventually going to do is they're going to discover that West has 5 clubs. They already know that hearts are 5-3. They know the diamonds are 6-0. And if you find out West has 5 clubs once East shows out on the 4th round, then you can actually pick up the trumps and play for the finesse of the spades, even though you've got that 9-card fit. So here, Nabil, thinking that they were going to cross-ruff, tried to draw a trump at this stage. Similar sort of plan, but the timing didn't pan out here. This picks up this, and then they get to cross-ruff here. But I thought this was a really peculiar hand as what's sort of the best way to do it. So they exited diamond, and now Tony gets finessed after Nabil just has to lead a diamond. It's over after. So looking at the major results from round number 8, here Germany had a good win over Pakistan and USA had a big win over Romania. And in the B section, here Hungary had a big win over Switzerland. Switzerland top team here, so great result for Hungary there. And Finland had a massive win over Kuwait. Other than that, they're all relatively flat there. And now I want to look at some boards from the women's section. So this was the final board of the day in the women's and the seniors field here. And we've got this wild hand here where they've got 16 points at opposite 15, but this 8-card club suit. And both tables here bid to 7 no trumps. Now, 7 no trumps, you've got your 8 club tricks, you've got your 2 hearts and your 2 aces for 12. Kind of looks like that you need to take a finesse here. Now, this match was played between Sweden and Poland in the women's field. And yeah, this table started off with a club lead and they won. And they rattled off their clubs, and they largely needed to guess which finesse to take. They ditched their queen of diamonds there, which allowed them to play the 10 to the jack later if needed. But what they're getting in the discards is nothing particularly appealing. North has thrown so many diamonds, they don't look like they're working. South has thrown so many spades, they don't look like they're working. But they try the spade finesse. It didn't work, and they're 1 down in Grand Slam. At the other table, they played 7 no trumps. They played it the other way up. And at this table, they started with a spade lead, and that puts them in a position that makes it look like the spade finesse really isn't working. So here, I think their goal is to work out, is the diamond finesse working or not? So here, they went up with the ace of spades at trick 1, and it looks like they're doomed. The diamond finesse doesn't work. But here, what they do is they lead a club and they start running the clubs. And at this stage, North is throwing diamonds. Both opponents have thrown diamonds. And here, North continues to throw some. And then on the final diamond, they cash ace of diamonds. And now they play the final club. And they've actually set up a double squeeze. So here, South has to guard onto the king of diamonds. And they've also got to hold on to 3 hearts or else the hearts are good. And here, North has already abandoned their heart stopper, but they could have held on to 3 hearts. But even on this final one, when it goes a heart play, North throws the spade. And if they throw the king of spades, East actually, their 8 of spades is high. And if they don't, then the hearts actually come in. So if they hold on to the king of spades, the hearts, ace, king, and 8 are all winners. Now, I thought the really neat thing of this is the really hard thing to spot, which the critical thing for the South hand to do is actually to hold on to their 9 of spades, even though they can see ace, queen, jack in there, and these spades just look so useless here. But here, if on the play of this, that the run of clubs, if they get to this point and this play here, if they, I think they might be making from here, but if their partner holds on to hearts, so let's say that the play goes like this, that they throw a diamond away. So here, what South has to do is they have to hold on to that 9 of spades. They have to hold on to their double and king of diamonds, and they just have to abandon hearts. And what happens here is if North holds on to hearts, this frees them up to actually throw their king of spades, because this 9 of spades stops the 8. Incredibly hard to spot there. But I just thought this hand was so cool that this 9 of spades is what stops the double squeeze. Really, really interesting hand, but well played by Clementson there. So let's check out the results by the end of day 3. So in the A group, Sweden had a big win over Israel, and Germany had a big win over Spain. And in the B group, Switzerland had a big win over Kuwait, and Korea had a big win over Hungary. I was about to say Korea had a big win over Korea. But interestingly, what I find funny here is there's like results like 94-15 and 47-36, 66-20. And here's Norway versus France, 2 imps to 9. It's good to see. But at the end of the day, France is in first, Italy second, Poland in third. In the A group, it's Sweden in first, USA second, Netherlands third. And then in the seniors, USA first, Sweden second, France third. And then in the mixed, this is still going on, so it can change. They've got sort of 5 boards left to go. But Germany, convincing lead at the moment. Norway in second, Croatia third. And in the women, Sweden in first, Poland second, China third, and Australia in 6th there. So thanks all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed all the action from day number 3, and we'll see you tomorrow.